Okay guys, we made it to Chinatown. As you can see, we've already gone in through the temple doors. We're at the Toa Se Biao or something like that area. How do you feel? Are you getting back to your roots?
My roots. Look at him. Oh, look.
Oh yeah.
Pigeon? Yeah, it's cute.
It's a pigeon taking a bird bath. We're not worried about that though. It's more about the waterfall. Let me go in here. Alright guys, here's my breakfast for today. We've got some soto daging, which I think is some kind of, well, looks like a meat soup made with coconut milk. It's the chili sauce on the side, so you can request it cheaper. Then I also got this rice with some kind of, looks like maybe pork fat bits in there or something of the sort. Inside I actually have really delicious treat as well, but you cannot take the food inside, only outside. So I'm going to enjoy this. So far, as you've seen, Chinatown is great, and then we're going to head off to some museums. Wow, that food was so good, guys. I don't even know how to describe how refreshing and delicious that food was. So good. So go check out that shop in the soto daging place right next to it. It was so cheap, just $2 or something. Now we're heading to some museums. Not quite sure which museums yet because there's a lot to choose from. We'll let you know in a minute. Oh wow, well, we're getting sidetracked, guys. We just looked to the left walking through and we found this place. Looks like some kind of Chinese hawker center or something. I don't really know. Cafeteria. So if you're feeling like, oh, you want some delicious wangs.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Sour food and creamery.
Huh. We've got a cowboy hat. Pizza plano. Okay, so if you're feeling uncomfortable eating in the market, you know, then you should come here. They have so many options. This looks crazy. So nice. Okay, we made it. We're deciding to go to the Bank of Indonesia Museum. It's free. At least it said it was online, so we're gonna see when we get in there. And you just come into the gate, you see the guards, the gate's open, leading you to the right way. You have to wear a mask, you need to wash your hands. But we're gonna check it out, let you know what it's like inside, guys. Alright, so security's tight here, guys, for some reason, even though it's just a bank museum.
You can't steal the money from the bank.
Yeah, this is not a real bank though. So we had to, what do we have to do? We had to get our bags checked. We had to pay actually the 5,000 rupiah, which is like 30 cents, so it's still almost free. And then we had to go through another thing where you can only bring in like your wallet and your phone, passport, etc. And now we're in here and we're checking it out for you guys.
Ooh, it's cold.
So they used to trade all this stuff, mace and nutmeg, clove, pepper, cinnamon, as well as beads and drums and, well, people sometimes, you know, back then. So the trade in Southeast Asia was full of spices and riches. When they transported them to Europe, sometimes the prices for the spice were as high as gold even, guys. So that's how valuable this stuff was. Because people, they were not spicing up their food back then. That was some oatmeal slosh and who knows what. Well, you know, I'm not one to comment on wax sculptures really, but they did a really good job. Look at how weaselly that banker behind there looks. He looks like he's smiling and gonna just look at you and say, I'm about to take your money too, bruh. So something to point out, guys, is actually in this museum there's a lot of English. You know, around the world not all the museums have English translations, and some of the ones that do are just not good. But I have to say, this one here is pretty good. Yeah, this is the bank logo for Indonesian Bank, or Bank Indonesia, however you say it. And we have, well, a questionable setting here. The two white guys banking and everything with the piles of money on the desk. And then the very questionable Chinese looking statue. I'm not sure what's going on in this. Be careful.
What did I do?
You broke it. She broke it, guys. Still okay. So this is pretty interesting, guys. You know, the museum really explains why the rupiah in Indonesia is so low, what happened, the past economy, and how it got to here, where it is. You know, this channel isn't about all that stuff, so I'm not gonna get into it too much. But it's pretty interesting. It's definitely worth a visit here so far. I think we're about halfway through. Wow.
Are we in this building? If so, that's so cool. Like, it's really big. Maybe we've been walking around in this whole building.
I just want to point out, guys, again, these dudes look so freaking real. They did a really good job with them. And if you want to pause and read the description about it, it's right here. Just some more dudes having tea and talking about money. Right up there, guys. Very interesting. But actually, that's not an Indonesian god. That's Hermes, Greek god of trade. So in Indonesia, they decided to use him for their banking stained glass window thing. Very interesting indeed. Ancient coinage, guys. Oh. Well, that's unexpected. Wow, so that's what a pile of gold looks like. And
is this real?
I think it's actually real.
It's real too.
I think it's real. Have you ever been so close to such riches?
I might.
I love gold. I am gold member. Yeah. Hey, check it out. There's gold. Okay, can you tell us what you just said?
You can actually feel how heavy it is and touch a real. Wait.
I mean, it's in plastic.
Yeah, it's in plastic. They don't actually let you touch the real one, but it is heavy.
It is quite heavy. Although I think you're weighing it down with your big hands.
It's 13.5 kilos, it says.
Wow. Jeez. This is a pretty funny little thing, guys. In the ancient Aztec Empire, cocoa beans were valuable and were used as payment. But there were even forged cocoa beans. They got the dry shells and filled and reassembled them. So maybe the first forgery business. Over here, you know, you may or may not know that conchs and shells were used for money in a lot of places. Even the most valuable was the queen conch. In other words, the really big one. Of course, they tried to steal things, blah, 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 bank robbers. But yeah, overall, this is a pretty awesome museum. Great value for $5,000. Okay, we've got your old money here, old coins, tiny specks of gold, more modern-ish paper money. It's the Bank Museum of Indonesia, or something like that.
What's cash again?
Cash.
Because I've been going around asking them to accept cards instead of cash.
So for this, for all you history buffs out there, if you know about the Dutch East India Trading Company, private company from the Dutch, owned by the Dutch private company. They actually came to the Indies, the East Indies, Indonesia, East Malaysia, etc., the Spice Islands, if you will. And you know, I keep up with history pretty well, but I didn't even know that those guys were so prevalent that they actually had their own money because they were known as the VOC. You see the VOC on there? That's so freaking crazy. So they really made their own money. I mean, it's crazy. You can read about it here. You can pause it if you want, but it's just amazing. Hey, where are you going? You're my assistant. Yes. So, can you please display for us what these things are, these bars?
So this is actually a display of
money.
in different countries.
Yeah. So this is from Japan, or in Indonesian, Japan. And then we have Hong Kong, China, Malaysia, Timor-Leste, Philippines, Cambodia, US, Australia, Sri Lanka, even Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Pakistan. It's actually quite interesting. I've never seen a lot of these currencies before. But yeah, oh, it even extends all the way over there. Wow. Well, I'm going to say it again, guys. This place is a super value for your money. This is an awesome museum. All right, we lucked out. We missed the rain for the most part. Now we're just walking down towards the waterfront. For some reason, this one is slipping all over the place.
Because I still have not bought my flip-flops.
And yeah, we keep seeing people and stuff. These guys are,
I want to film them.
yeah, these are the kids. I guess I'm gonna film them.
I'm going to film them.
Too late. You can't even walk. They see us with the camera already. I think they're getting very excited now. But yeah. Yeah. Hello. Hello. Wow, this is a cool little spot. All the ding-a-ling bikes and cafes, little town square. Look at this. It's pretty sweet. Okay, guys, we made it.
Oh my god, we made it.
Yes.
We made 2 buses.
Yes, without any bus. We're in the chicken bus.
And it cost us 10,000. We're so happy. Like seriously, today it's just so much money saving stuff. There's even another 01A here.
Yeah, this kind of bus right here.
So apparently, we were stuck at the area where we were supposed to grab a Maxim here, and then it costed us like about, I think it was 60,000.
60,000.
Yeah, almost close to 60,000 to have them drop me first at the mall and then him back home. And then
it was like 30 minutes. It was
he took
supposed to be
30
10.
minutes and he never replied us like where he was at.
Showed up.
He never showed up. And then we found a bus that finally came, the right bus, so we took it. And then lo and behold, we saw him at the back.
Yes.
But it was too long, it was too crazy. And the moment we arrived at that spot where we had to change buses, Dimitris just like, okay, let's just call another car because it's too crazy. We called another car and we couldn't find any drivers, and then immediately we saw this bus that we were supposed to take. So we're like, hell yeah, oh my god. So instead of $60,000, we were just spending $10,000 for all of this. So
Rupiah, not dollars.
yeah, Rupiah dollars.
Yeah, and you know, for whatever reason they call it the chicken bus, but it's very funny because on our last bus there were actually chickens.